Have you ever wondered how the history of Balochistan, a region rich with ancient civilizations, unfolded? Let's board the time machine and travel back to the dawn of human history. Here, in the rugged, arid landscapes of Balochistan, we find evidence of human habitation dating back to the Paleolithic era. Imagine the first humans, taking shelter in caves, hunting, and making primitive tools. These early settlers were the first to leave their mark on this land. As centuries turned into millennia, the region that is now Balochistan became part of the ancient Indus Valley civilization, a culture renowned for its advanced urban planning and sophisticated art and crafts. The Indus Valley civilization, with its intriguing script and majestic cities like Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa, was one of the earliest cradles of urban life. But the story of Balochistan does not stop there. As time passed, the region came under the influence of some of the greatest civilizations in history. From the west, the powerful Persians extended their influence, leaving an imprint on the region's culture and language. The Greeks, under the command of Alexander the Great, also made their mark, bringing with them elements of Hellenistic culture. From the east, the diverse and profound Indian civilizations also left their indelible mark. From the Paleolithic era to the Indus Valley civilization, through Persian, Greek, and Indian influences, the ancient history of Balochistan is a fascinating tapestry of diverse civilizations. Each left their unique imprint, shaping the culture, language, and identity of the people of Balochistan. They laid the foundations for the later empires and dynasties that would rule this region, setting the stage for the complex and often tumultuous history that was to come. Thus, even in the ancient era, Balochistan was a melting pot of diverse civilizations. This rich tapestry of cultures and influences has shaped the region in profound ways, laying the foundation for its unique identity and its role in the broader history of South Asia. This is the beginning of the story, but there is so much more to explore. Moving forward in time, the medieval period brought significant change to Balochistan. As we journey through this era, we'll witness the region's interaction with the Maurya, Kushan, and Sasanian empires, each imprinting its influence on the land and its people. The Maurya Empire, originating from the Indian subcontinent, spread its influence across Balochistan, leaving behind traces of its governance and culture. Notably, Emperor Ashoka's edicts, inscribed in stone, narrate the ethos of his reign and the empire's commitment to moral and ethical conduct. Balochistan then came under the influence of the Kushan Empire, a syncretic civilization that brought together the cultures of the Greeks, Persians, and Indians. This era saw a fusion of art, religion, and language that enriched the region's cultural tapestry. The Sasanian Empire, the last kingdom of the Persian Empire before the rise of Islam, also left its mark on Balochistan. It introduced Zoroastrianism, a monotheistic religion that shaped the region's cultural and religious landscape until the arrival of Islam. In the 7th century, the winds of change blew over Balochistan yet again with the arrival of Islam. Arab conquests swept across the region, replacing older belief systems and introducing a new faith that would profoundly shape the region's identity. With the advent of Islam, Balochistan was yet again reshaped culturally and politically. The medieval period was a pivotal chapter in the region's history, setting the stage for the significant changes and challenges that lay ahead. The colonial era saw Balochistan under a different kind of influence. As the 19th century dawned, the winds of change blew from the west, carrying with them the echoes of the British Empire. The British, with their knack for administration and strategy, began to cast their influence over the region. It was a time of diplomacy, of treaties inked and alliances formed. The British established agreements with local Baloch rulers, a move that led to the creation of the Balochistan Agency. This agency was a conduit for British influence, a way for them to exert control and maintain order. Yet, the British understood the unique dynamics of Balochistan. They recognized the fierce independence of its people and the complexities of its tribal structures. As such, the British rule was not all-encompassing. It was limited, focused on certain areas, while the rest of Balochistan enjoyed a degree of autonomy. This was not a land completely under the heel of a foreign power. It was a land that, despite the treaties and the colonial influence, held on to its identity, its traditions, and its freedom. This era was a complex time for Balochistan, caught in the dance between colonial influence and local autonomy. It was a period that shaped the region's history, leaving an indelible mark on its identity. Although under British influence, Balochistan managed to maintain a degree of autonomy. The partition of India in 1947 brought about the most significant change in Balochistan's history. As the Indian subcontinent was divided into two separate nations, India and Pakistan, the fate of Balochistan took a decisive turn. Balochistan, with its diverse ethnic tapestry and deep-rooted tribal culture, had to decide its destiny in the newly carved geopolitical landscape. The region was given a choice to join either India or Pakistan. After much deliberation, the Khan of Kalat, who was the local ruler at the time, decided to accede to Pakistan. However, this decision was not accepted universally across Balochistan. Many Baloch nationalists saw this as a betrayal of their autonomous status, leading to the outbreak of the First Baloch Insurgency in 1948. This insurgency was a watershed moment in Balochistan's history, sparking a struggle for autonomy that continues to this day. Meanwhile, the partition also led to the division of Balochistan between Pakistan and Iran. The larger part of Balochistan fell under Pakistani control, while a smaller section, known as Sistan and Balochistan, was incorporated into Iran. This division further complicated the ethnic and political dynamics of the region. Since then, Balochistan has remained a region of contestation and conflict. Its strategic location, rich natural resources, and diverse ethnic composition make it a critical flashpoint in South Asian geopolitics. Despite being a part of Pakistan, the region has struggled to find its place within the national framework, often feeling marginalized and overlooked. The grievances of the Baloch people, ranging from political marginalization to economic exploitation, have fueled several waves of insurgency and unrest. These movements have been met with strong military responses from the Pakistani government, leading to a cycle of violence and instability. In essence, the partition and independence marked a dramatic shift in Balochistan's history. The region's accession to Pakistan and the subsequent insurgency have shaped Balochistan's political landscape, influencing its relations with both Pakistan and Iran. Even as a part of Pakistan, Balochistan's turbulent history didn't cease. Balochistan, once a crossroads of civilizations, is now at the crossroads of its destiny, grappling with the challenges of autonomy, identity, and development in the shadow of its complex past. Post-independence, Balochistan has been marked by waves of insurgency and unrest. As Pakistan claimed its independence, Balochistan found itself in a tumultuous state. The echo of the region's past autonomy reverberates in the demands of Baloch nationalists who yearn for greater self-governance and a larger slice of the region's resource pie. The heart of this unrest lies in the region's vast natural wealth. From gas and coal to precious minerals, Balochistan's lands are a treasure trove of resources. However, the Baloch people's share in these riches has been a point of contention. Baloch nationalists argue that despite housing such wealth, the region grapples with underdevelopment and poverty, fueling their call for a greater share in the wealth their land produces. In response to these demands, the Pakistani government has often resorted to military operations. These actions have been seen by many as an attempt to quell the voices demanding autonomy and resource control. The result? A cycle of unrest and insurgency that has marked Balochistan's post-independence journey. Yet amidst the turmoil, the spirit of the Baloch people remains unbroken. Their demands for autonomy and resource control, while met with resistance, continue to shape the narrative of Balochistan. As we delve deeper into the annals of history, it becomes evident that the struggle for autonomy and resource control continues to be a defining aspect of Balochistan's post-independence history. In contemporary times, Balochistan continues to grapple with political, economic, and security challenges. This region, often referred to as the heart of the Pakistani economy, is blessed with an abundance of natural resources, including gas, coal, and minerals. However, despite this affluence of resources, Balochistan remains shrouded in the shadows of underdevelopment and poverty. Many believe this paradox arises from a long-standing issue of resource allocation. A sizable portion of the province's wealth is siphoned off, leaving the local populace grappling with economic hardships. This has led to a sense of discontentment among the Baloch people, sparking several waves of insurgency and unrest. To address these issues, numerous initiatives are being undertaken. Efforts are being made to develop the region's infrastructure, improve access to education, and promote local industry. The aim is not only to bring economic prosperity, but also to foster a sense of belonging and inclusivity among the Baloch people. However, progress has been slow and fraught with difficulties. The lingering effects of past conflicts, coupled with ongoing political and security challenges, continue to impede development efforts. And so, the struggle continues. Balochistan, with its rich history and diverse ethnic dynamics, is a region in flux. Its past is a tapestry of empires, cultures, and conflicts. Its present is a battle for resources, autonomy, and identity. As we can see, Balochistan's complex history and ethnic dynamics continue to shape its present and future.